Okay, so the way I found myself in Bali this summer with Laura was because earlier this year, it was some like dark Tuesday in March, and Laura told our writing group that she had 2 open spaces in the Bali trip. A couple of people had canceled, and it just piqued my imagination. I thought like, oh my gosh, Bali, that's something that's been sort of at the edge of my mind, but was never anything that I was taking any sort of decisive steps towards. And so that night I went home and I was thinking about it, and I had written a letter to this boy that I knew I probably shouldn't send, but so I called up a girlfriend who was wise, and I read it to her, and she said, Naomi, before I even comment on the content of the letter, I just want to tell you, like, you're a gifted writer, and whatever you need to do to nurture that gift, do it. And so I was like, yes, this is a message from God. I need to go to Bali with Laura. And so I did. I called her up and said yes. And so I want to encourage you, if you've got something that you're like, yes, no, maybe so, go for it. Go for it. This trip unlocked so many good things for me. And it was wonderful. It was so valuable to me, and I encourage you to consider giving yourself that gift. So going to Bali with Laura, it was something that changed my life in this really basic, fundamental sort of way. Bali is beautiful. Bali is mystical, magical. It's all of those cliches that you see in tourist brochures, and there's something about being in a space like that with the people who Laura attracts on her trips. These are people who've done their homework with themselves. These are people who ask interesting questions, who are on some kind of search. These are people who can hold a space for you when you're sharing something painful, and then they lean forward and they say, and then what happened? And it gave me courage to keep writing through things that that were sort of shrouded in shame for a long time, that I would skirt around in my writing. And so I found when I had people who were there encouraging me, sort of like midwifing this process of bringing these things to light, it broke open new places inside of me that hadn't been free, and now they are, and that was a huge, huge gift to me.